Yo, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Shishi Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Nor apologizes to George Floyd's family following Kanye West Drink Champs interview. Says he's disgusted with Ye's comments. Now, guys, we all have been waking up to a new Ye headline. I've been seeing it. I've yet to speak on the situation, but I've been keeping my eye on this situation for sure. I mean, who could miss it? That interview was wild. First of all, I wanted to wait until I actually watched it. I didn't want to react to it just because I knew it would be kind of all over the place. We all know how Kanye kind of carries his interviews out. But I watched it, man. I watched the whole thing. Kanye West said a lot of good things, said a lot of bad things, said a lot of things that he shouldn't have said. Why? Because of this, right? Here's what I don't like about this apology. Because when I'm looking at this picture of Norris smiling in this photo, I know that if you watched, for those of you who actually watched the interview, he was laughing right along Kanye West, right? You put yourself in the same predicament, same situation with them, but now you're apologizing. Now, I'm not here to say Norris should apologize or shouldn't apologize. I am a spectator like anybody else. What I do think is anybody who brings somebody as controversial as Kanye onto their platform is putting their channel at risk. We've seen this many times, and I think we're going to see more of this going forward. YouTube isn't a free-for-all, say whatever you want platform. It's just not. There are other platforms for that. YouTube is not that place. And to add fuel to the fire, you're having a show where the guests consume large amounts of alcohol, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with a good drink. But at the same time, you're discussing these very sensitive topics. That's a recipe for disaster. Drink champs, they're not drinking coffee, man. You know, they've got the shots. They've got the bottles of liquor, probably some tall cans, some brew. You know what I mean? It's not the coffee pot. You know, coffee makes you alert. It enlightens you. It changes your life forever.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
But you know, you're drinking alcohol, you're talking about all this crazy stuff, and I'm not surprised is what I'm saying. And this apology doesn't seem sincere to me, if I'm gonna be honest. But what do I hope? I hope things work out. What's it actually looking like? Looks like some people are thinking of pressing charges, and specifically George Floyd's family. I'm not surprised by that. And so this post was actually shared by the Shade Room of Nor apologizing and saying he's disgusted by the comments that were made by Kanye West. And of course, the internet had a lot to say about this situation. As always, we're going to check out some of these comments, man. First comment comes from All Def. It reads, in other words, please don't sue me too. 13K plus likes. Very true. I mean, there's no other way of reading this apology with the timing, right? Next comment from a gentleman reads, you actually could have cut that part out. But hey, I know the platform doesn't edit any of their content, and that might be something they start doing. I know I recently heard his apology on The Breakfast Club, and they were talking about how they're going to cut content going forward. I don't think they have to do that, you know, if they can have conversations beforehand, because that's what makes podcasts great. It's the fact that they're not chopped up all over the place, like, you know, the Coffee Pod. And I'm talking about long form podcasts, the 3 hours, 4 hours type stuff. Next comment here, we actually have another comment from All Def, and it reads, if please don't sue me was a person with the laughing emojis. They're having fun with that. Next comment says, you were so disgusted, yet you aired it for views. He's only apologizing because he heard the family is considering suing. Another comment from a woman reads, please, it was just on Twitter, geeked about views with no remorse in sight. Another person says, why out of 3 hours of pro-blackness, we only giving light to 2 minutes of Ye having a difference of opinion on one isolated incident. This is true. This is why I said Kanye said a lot of good things. He said a lot of things that made sense if you watch the full interview. But of course, we live in a generation where you're going to find and focus on the controversial parts. That's just the territory we're dealing with when it comes to content today. Next comment here says, this would Kanye be talking about. Y'all stay backtracking and not being a man 10 toes. Another person says, Negro, please. He was only apologizing because of the backlash. He was right there laughing with Kanye, bragging about views on the interview. Yeah, it's been interesting to watch this whole story and situation kind of develop. I'm curious to know where you guys stand with this whole thing. Do you think a lawsuit would actually come from this situation? And all right, guys, so shortly after creating this video, this came to light. I couldn't even release the video. And breaking news, mother of George Floyd's daughter files $250 million lawsuit, mercy, against Ye for harassment, defamation, and infliction of emotional distress. We all knew it was coming. I mean, I just didn't think it was coming this quick. But yeah, man. Listen, what do you guys think? I was just about to release this video and this came out of nowhere. As always, I'm curious to know what you think. Leave your comments down below. I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pod. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.